All right. Hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So here we are, of course, the first ever Carnival LR EZA Five Guys Super Saiyan Goku has arrived in game last night, at least, and I am very, very excited to jump into this. Now, a little unfortunate. So this character has literally, I checked this, been on 3 legit banners ever. Their premiere banner, 2023 Worldwide Download Celebration, Future Gohan, or at least on global. I don't know if it's different for JP. I didn't check JP. So the 2023 Worldwide Download Celebration, Future Gohan banner, and then finally, the year after Christmas Carnival slot, the Int Trio, Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, Trunks. This character was on as well. So this character, I mean, while they were on a sort of bait banner, uh, and what would it have been, like November, late November of 2024, they have not actually been on a banner since. So a lot of people are not going to have this character at all. A lot of people are going to have this character 55%. I feel like I'm one of the quote unquote few that is probably going to have this character like rainbowed, and that's just so crazy to me to think about. Like I mean, obviously, paying players will have it. This run event, there's a special battle. Okay, obviously we're jumping into the Rose Zamasu fight here, and with the EZA going live, something very, very, very cool happened. I have my own mini Forku now. In fact, not only do I have him with a dupe. I somehow managed to pull 2 of this guy off of the bait banner. I decided to make it 100 stones. Fuck it. I needed him, but also like getting a Goma dupe would have been fine by me. So I got 2 of this guy and a Glorio dupe. Insane value. I don't know that I'd suggest you summon, but it's not a bad idea, I don't think, if you actually need some of this stuff. But yeah, so I used some of the sort of link balls to get him level 10. But here we are. This is the team I have made. I feel like this should go pretty well. But let's jump in. We'll find out. I think this should be a pretty good showcase team. And this is great. Immediately getting him. Okay, huge. Let me actually make sure animations are going to play here. Okay, because I really want to see this mini 4Q animation. It's been a while. I have not actually used him yet. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? There's no way. You're actually fucking joking. I'm not. No, this is their showcase. I'm not floating them off. Fuck that. Okay, we're just gonna restart here. Hopefully I don't need to restart 80 million times, but there's no shot, man. I'm trying to do their showcase, even if they're on turn 2. That'll be fine, so long as. No, see, because if I get the turn 2 and I just have to fucking restart. Don't put them in slot 3, damn it. Slot 1 or slot 2. Alright, please. Let me use the new EZA. Come on. Oh my god, man. I'll start it and let's see if block slot 3 or not. Come on.
My name is Glorio, the king of the third demon world sent me.
Like I told you, King Piccolo was the old me. This is not gonna end like it did before.
Oh my god, man. I sat through the animations for nothing. God damn it. Please. I see. Dude. Omatsu, you motherfucker. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna have to fight, huh? I'm gonna have to fight to use this character. Seriously? Is that what we're doing here? Come on, man. No, we're not doing that either. I'm gonna cut away in just a moment if this shit. Come on, please. Oh my god, dude. Just please. Okay, yeah, we'll be back when I can actually get them on a rotation. This is some bullshit. Alright, fucking hell, finally. That took forever. I literally had to jump in here like 10 more times just to get this guy in slot 1. Like, that was fucked. Okay, so starting out here, we're at 388,000 defense. Obviously, no build-up, no stacks. I mean, this is turn 1. But we have 90% damage reduction. Now, I do have my issues with this character's EZA. And we are going to jump through a bunch of fights. We're going to start out here, obviously, Rosé Zamasu. I think I'll move on to, like, Tamagami 1, then do Gohan Goten Trunks Stage 2. And then probably jump into, like, the 3 most recent Red Zone stages. Probably is how I'm going to go about this. At least Rosé Zamasu here, like Gohan Goten Trunks. I think we will absolutely dominate. When we start talking about, like, the stuns and, like, the seals and all those that the other fights can have, it's gonna potentially be a bit rough, but we'll see. So, by the way, you know, I saw that people were concerned about this character with Ki. I'd say Ki is not really a concern, especially because we haven't been hit at all yet. Now, I know Kid Gohan is on this rotation, but it's been so long since I've seen this. This is such a great... They cooked with that battle motion. I cannot wait to see Vegeta's and Super Saiyan 4, you know, the adult forms. It's going to be crazy. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I mean, turn 1, 90% damage reduction. Really? Okay, so we are actually getting supered. Now, keep in mind, we have no build-up. Because... And this is really stupid. It's 175. 33.1, okay. Considering we only have 1 build-up so far, no stacks, it's pretty decent. And this character, so we are guaranteed 1 additional super at 24 Ki. So we failed the high chance, the guaranteed additional with the high chance. Can I get the hidden potential? Let's see. I do, and we get the super as well. So we have 2 12 Ki stacks now. Oh, but yeah, so I hate how, so this character, Tech Piccolo, you know, Orange Piccolo's EZA, and STR Gamma 1 all have the really stupid effect of their build-up being after they receive a hit. So that first hit, they don't have anything for. And when you dodge, you don't get any build-up whatsoever. So it's really stupid, right? 24, okay. Mini 4Q, this guy's just so crazy. I was so, like, using this guy when he initially came out. I really wanted him, but, you know, I went like 450 stones on his banner, and I just could not justify summoning anymore. So finally actually having him, like, this is really helpful, you know, especially because I was going to have to run, like, a bit of a wacky team to use the new Carnival LR EZA, and this helps quite a bit with that. So, I mean, we took damage before we attacked. However, now, I mean, we double-digit tanked Rosé. The thing is, so this character, I think this character is a little odd. To me, the idea behind this character, essentially, is, you know, like, turn 1, turn 2, let him get the build-up, right? And then, after you get a bunch of the build-up, you know, use the Scouter. Or when you get the Scouter, rather. At that point, once the damage reduction has also, like, fallen off, then you use them just as, like, a Scouter character. I mean, I have a lot of issue with that, but that seems to be the idea they're going for. Now, I think what I want to do here, I'm going to... Well, no, because if I keep Piccolo, I am a little concerned about next turn. I mean, Glorio's there, but I think this actually might be the best thing to do here, because this will give Piccolo support to the next rotation. So we're going to, well, unfortunately, Mini 4Q, so his support actually hits Demonic Power Dragon Ball Seeker. So that is not going to be hitting the Carnival, 5 Guys EZA. But Piccolo's, 20%, as well as the crit support, that does hit them, right? So I think that will be actually pretty helpful, honestly. Which, speaking of, I suppose I should show, I have not just yet, what my build is on them. Once again, I do have them rainbow, which I know a lot of people probably won't, so I really do want to, I don't know, like, should I, with this character, like, I don't really want to, like, intentionally throw, but, like, do I show, like, him just, like, getting fucking annihilated by, like, the Rose Super? Because I feel like that's gonna happen if we're talking about, like, a built-up Rose. I mean, I could be wrong, but just mathematically, I suppose when we, start factoring in, like, AGL Kid Gohan support, and Tech Piccolo support, maybe we could do something with all that. Because I do think their EZA, I mean, they have a lot of SA phase through the stacks. They have a lot of phase 1. What they really need more of is phase 2. They only have 150% phase 2 defense. They have an additional 150% phase 2 attack. So they have 300% phase 2 attack. But for whatever reason, they literally only gave this EZA 150% phase 2 defense. Okay, so keep in mind we have 2 stacks. We've been hit 3 times. And we're at 1,086,000. And in slot 1 here, I mean, once again, Ki is not going to be an issue for this character. I mean, maybe in fights where it's like Cell Max, for example, where your Ki is getting lowered. But the team here, at least this team specifically, I suppose, there is just so much support. And we don't even have, like, Glorio support active right now. I mean, it's only an additional 1 Ki, but still. Like, we're not going to have it at all this turn, I suppose. But, which, speaking of, I do think, I mean, Glorio is actually probably going to look pretty decent. I think so. On this team. Between the new Super Saiyan, the Goku ECA, as well as, like, the Mini 4Q support, right? I mean, that should allow him to be safer. I'm not going to say safe, but safer versus, like, AoEs when he doesn't dodge. So I do really want to see more of him here. So 37.2. Now, we don't have a lot of our Saiyan links that we had before, though. Okay. Oh, really? Okay, there's the crit. And I failed the high chance additional again. I mean, I feel like they're doing pretty decent damage, all things considered. And then we failed the hidden potential. Well, I mean, we succeeded the hidden potential, but we failed the 50-50. Okay. So, at that point, we're fully built up. We have 3 12 keys of the potential 6 we could have gotten so far. So, suffice to say, not too good in the 12 key department. I really would have preferred if they had something like a little extra to help with that, but I don't know. I really do feel like this EZA is missing like one like big sort of thing, like 2-turn sort of support, or like more defense, or like another additional, or like another, at least change the high chance to a guaranteed additional. Like, I feel like there's a lot of different potential routes they could have taken. I still think the character is really good, but I think definitely could have been better. And now, I mean, Mini 4Q should probably be able to kill Zamasu this turn, which is good, so we won't have to worry about the locking. And then we can actually see, how we can deal with the big ol' Rose Super. I mean, I don't know. I really think this character is just gonna die. I mean, at least in slot 1, we have 70% damage reduction. But, somehow, with how Dokkan has handled Power Creep, which I think is an issue, even though I enjoy challenges, they have found a way to make 90% damage, or I mean 90% even, right? But 70% damage reduction is not like that insane.
I told you we needed a plan, yet here we are.
Oh, relax. I'm sure we'll find a way. We always do.
Sure, except for all the times we've died.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. Now here, I could technically use. Do I want to though? I was thinking I could use like either of these actives, but I'd prefer not to. I'm just gonna hold on to them. That way, you know, hopefully we can really like just focus on what the new character's doing. Alright, I suppose the new EZA. I will say an issue I do have with them as well. So while they do have a pretty nice active, I mean it gives ally key, I believe it's 5 key for 1 turn. All of their attacks specifically are the guaranteed crits. It does damage. The issue with their active skill, quite simply, is like for whatever it's because they refuse, just like they won't for whatever fucking reason. 62.2 by the way, they just won't make it so EZAs like change actives. Like I don't get it. Maybe hopefully we can wish upon our lucky stars that super EZAs, you know, down the line when they start hitting actives, that they will, but I really don't understand why they never have given themselves the option to sort of change unit like active skills on EZA. Like it feels like really stupid. Like I mean, now we have characters like, now to be fair, there are a lot of like good Android characters in the game right now. There were a lot of good Android characters when he received his EZA, but the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan LR from the Cell Saga, it's like, you know, one of the worst actives of all time, like notoriously, and in fact probably even honestly just like the worst. And it's like not changed. It's like what the fuck, right? Okay, so I'm curious, what are we up to now? 1.6 start a turn here. So keep in mind, we do have Kid Gohan support, so that's 15% phase 2 defense. We don't get anything from the mini 4Qs. Piccolo support isn't up. Glorio support isn't up. So I mean, this is essentially just Kid Gohan support with 3 stacks. See, and once again, this is the issue. So I mean, we're 5 turns in here, and I've only received 5 hits. So while I do like that their scouter is easier to achieve because it was 10 hits as well before, it's still not like guaranteed. Especially, I mean, this is a 2 enemy fight. And I'm putting them in slot 1 every time, and we're not getting it? Like, what? I do find that pretty problematic, especially because, I mean, there's practically no way I can get it at this point in the fight. Yeah, I don't know. I really dislike that. Now, their support is actually going to be pretty helpful for Glorio, for Piccolo. 50.1. So this is, we have all 5 of our hits. Okay. That is pretty good damage, I will say. 33.7. Interesting. And then this next one's guaranteed, even. Can I get the hidden potential as well? That would be really nice to see. I do. Yeah, I mean, they could do a lot of damage, I suppose. Especially when you consider... I mean, this is just legendary power Fierce Battle. Right? Like, we don't have... Okay, well, that's actually really good to see, though. So their support just saved us. Because it gives superclass allies 50% SA fades for 1 turn. Well, I think it probably should have been a 2-turn ability between their support and Piccolo's support. That just saved Gloria. Like, unironically. Like, that's actually really good to see. So even though I feel like their support could have been better, it still is going to be pretty helpful. Hey, Glorio, dude, don't do this shit. He's been doing this shit so often to me. Please, come on. Just super the rest of the turn. You got 1 more you can do, right? I believe so. Please? Oh my god, just dodge. Just dodge, bro. Please, just dodge him. Thank you. Alright, just... I mean, honestly, we're not even gonna get to see next turn, are we? You know... Let me finish off with the mini 4Q active. It's been a while since I've seen this. This will be pretty cool. And we'll just jump back in right after. Oh, really? That one didn't finish, huh? Well, guess what, you motherfucker? Here's another one. What? Fuck you, Rose, okay? You're not stopping me. There we go. At least we get to finish off with the sort of Vegito KO here. This, I mean, I would have preferred if Vegito was actually in the card, you know, just saying we haven't actually had a Vegito Blue since 2020, but, you know, that is a really nice KO. Yeah, so, I mean, they could do a decent bit of damage. I mean, considering that was only 3 stacks, I wonder if I can get a bit luckier with the additionals this time around, because once again, we're just jumping back in here. So far, I mean, we did pretty decent. Now, we didn't really get an opportunity to, like, get hit by, like, a built-up Rose Super or anything. I mean, we just did... The mini 4Qs were going to do too much damage. Locked in slot 1 is very huge. I don't know, because I was thinking, like, do I, like, intentionally... Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm actually running into a scenario here where I'm not going to be able to get the 24 key. So we're not going to have that 150% phase 2 or the guaranteed additional. That is really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything. Now, on the sort of bright side here, this does show, you know, once again, with how their sort of key mechanic works. Like, they get 2 key every time they receive an attack. Ooh. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Okay, I see. That's crazy. So, because we were at 19, I guess that shows the difference that makes. Yeah, so you really need to be at 20 key, huh? I guess that's good to see. So, we took 300 some odd thousand from that first attack, and then our damage reduction activated. To be fair, we did also have the 30% phase 2 from that first hit build-up, but, you know, for the most part, I mean, that was just like the damage reduction that did that, right? So that was actually very good to see. which is, you know, an issue I have with their EZA, mind you. That can happen. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, especially we haven't seen the height of their damage. You know what? I completely forgot. Let me show my build. I did not do that earlier. I meant to. Because I feel like I have a pretty decent build for them too. It's a sort of mix of like an offensive defensive build, and I feel like it. I don't know. They should be pretty decent, right? So I find that really unfortunate. That, because I mean, this is also turn 1, you know. So even though I didn't have 90% damage reduction, I did have 70% damage reduction. We just took that much. Like, it's, I don't know. It's just crazy for me to think about. But here, let me show my build here real quick. So I do have, once again, I have the rainbow. I don't have a better defense equip I can put on them currently. I imagine with the Wii's event revamp, it sounds like it's going to be pretty good to me, and I have a bunch of those tickets saved up. I have like 60 of them or something. I hopefully should be able to get a better defense, but this is the best I could put on them for bronze at the moment. And then I just sort of prioritize additional. I would like to have more dodge on this character. In fact, my old build had them up to, I think it was 21 dodge. Like, I didn't have these sort of like stat equips on them, but I don't know, they sort of want to be really building up now, so this character just feels a little, like, they're really good, but they feel a little, like, sort of mismatched. Like, I don't know. I would have preferred something else being on them. You know, even like a 70% chance to dodge before attacking or something. Like, that way it helps them out in slot 1 before attacking, and then, I mean, sure, the tech pan slot sort of curse. But there's a lot of units, or enemies at least, that will, in fact, what they could have done on the spot that had 50% damage reduction crit, also have 50% dodge there, and then have an additional, you can have an additional, in the same sort of damage reduction step, have an additional 10% dodge, and then if you're in slot 1, an additional 10%. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there were better ways, because there's a lot more enemies that are scripted to just straight up super slot 1, so I don't feel like the tech pan slot would be as much of an issue now as it was, like, historically. I feel like this character could have had, like, one more, like, major thing. Like, they're still good. I don't know how good, though. So the thing is, like, with Tech Piccolo, I mean, I feel like Tech Piccolo, just because of, like, the utility he has with the support, being multi-turn, and Phase 2, the giant form, the heal. Like, I feel like he's probably a better unit. Oh, that's so fucked. No way, man. There's no way. Oh my god. I mean, I'll play it out just to see what happens, but this is so bullshit. God damn it. Glorio locked slot 1. I mean, that is the issue with running Glorio. I figured, more support could be, yeah, I figured more support could be a nice thing to have, but, and to be honest, I was actually kind of thinking about having, like, Goma on the team, but the thing is, with Goma, I mean, he really needs to be, as a slot 1, so I mean, I suppose, I don't know, what I could do, I could use, like, the tag blues as sort of like a fill slot 1, right? And then I could have, like, Goma slot 1 on 1 rotation, and the tag blue, like, I can have the EZA Carnival Super Saiyan Goku slot 1 at the start of the fight, and then once their damage reduction starts to fall off, I can put them more slot 2, and have the tag blues take over that slot, and just sort of float the mini 4Q. I guess. I don't know. Okay, let me do this. We might as well. I can't. Well, actually, hold on. Because he gets key when he gets hit as well, in general. So he gets the key support and that, so... Yeah, I mean, we can get his 18 key then. Oh, fuck, wait. Oh, that's a no-no. Oh, no. Wait, no. You know what? Honestly, let's just play it out. I accidentally targeted Rose here, but... You know, I'm curious. What is 90% damage reduction? Like, what's that going to look like versus built-up Rose? You know, I don't, I mean, not fully built up, mind you, but... Now, I don't... Because he also gets buffs. Like when Zamasu is still alive. I think it's like 50% attack and defense, which I think it's translates a little differently with like the bosses, but so like he's definitely pretty tough when Zamasu's still alive, no matter what the exact percentage is. So I don't know, like you're never really gonna see this turn, but I also don't know if we're gonna really get a big opportunity to see this character really eat a Rose super, especially later on, like when they don't have 90% damage reduction. So I just want to play this out like this. We'll see what happens. I mean, if we die, we die. I don't know. I think they're going to be good, but they're honestly probably... I'm probably going to end up rating them like a little worse than Piccolo, just is my idea off of details, but... You know, I will say, so far, they do seem to at least do pretty decent damage. Now, mind you, mine's Rainbow, but... Still, especially considering we weren't at, like, full 6 out of 6 stacks, only had 3 that turn, like, I feel like they could do really nice damage here. There's no way. So... Bro. Are you kidding me? Of course, like, alright, man. So there's only the AoE right there. You know, at this point, I might as well just keep hitting Rose. I suppose we could see, maybe we could see turn 2. Or rather, it'd be turn 4, but yeah, okay. I mean, that built-up Rose is not very nice. But 97,000. That's okay. 90% damage reduction, by the way. And then we fail the high chance. That high chance is really gonna... I already know. That high chance is gonna piss me off so much. I feel like I'm gonna be failing that shit non-stop, man. God damn it. And then we fail the hidden potential, too. Yeah, okay, man. I don't know. I mean, once again, the damage is pretty nice. And I do think we are heading into a bit of a longer content meta than the GDC content stuff. So we'll get a better idea with, I think, like Bio Broly, the Gamma's fight, Cellmax. I mean, that's a bit of a shorter fight like GDC stuff. I mean, Bio Broly, I suppose, can be a shorter fight, but I'm hoping that once we get to those sort of fights that we can actually see, you know, the Scouter up. Because right now, I mean, that is the thing. Rose Zamasu can really attack a bunch, like, anywhere. And I'm just not really getting lucky enough, ironically, to get hit a lot. So I can't really see what exactly... You know, we can't, like, get the Scouter up, we can't get the active up. Like, it's... I don't know. It's just kind of rough. So are we dead here? Yeah, we are. Oh, and that's built up Rose once again. Yeah, so this time around, I'm not gonna hit him. Let's, I mean, that was a mistake, but I figured we might as well ride it out, but then all the attacks just were like, nah, let's not do that. It's like, okay, man. What the fuck ever, right? Alright, well, we'll see what happens here. I'll probably make this, like, the last attempt we're jumping in for. And this is actually really huge. So he has the heal here. But that's, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 3 attacks here, I guess. Yeah, so, I mean, we're going to get hit 3 times before. And this is actually huge. So long as I don't dodge, at least. So, we need 5 more ki to be at 24 ki. And with how their buildup works, if I manage to get hit all 3 times, I'll get the 5 ki. So, once again, like, even when you get unlucky, I feel like I mean, we had the 1 turn, but for the most part, their key mechanic should be pretty reliable, I feel. I don't like getting supered immediately, but we should live. Oh my god. What the hell? You know what? That's okay. Right, never mind. Because we were at 19 ki again. Of course it had to be the first attack had to be the super, right? Well, I'll jump back in again. Dude, okay, that's actually going to be really fucking annoying. I feel like that's going to happen a lot, too. Ooh. That's... So I got Kid Gohan on the one rotation I couldn't get him with. Are you kidding? That's... Okay, man, sure. That is going to be really annoying if that happens very consistently, though. Just one single attack. I need to get hit by, I need it to be a normal, and then it's going to be a super, and then... Because we didn't have our 20% damage reduction there. We would have lived with it, but we didn't have it. And, like, oh my god, man. What the fuck ever. Okay, at least here, we have our full damage reduction just immediately. There's no way I get, like, screwed over from that. Which is nice. Hopefully, it's not a super immediately, though, and of course it is. $389. Okay, well, at least Zamasu super is after here. Yeah, so once again, like, I feel like they're doing pretty decent damage. You know, another idea I had for, like, honestly, considering how difficult the Scouter is to get out, like, so, it seems to me, once again, they want you to, turn 1, turn 2, put this character in harm's way to really get their build up. You can use the abilities like the Scouter, like keep active, and then, you know, you have the sort of temporary damage reduction for those turns to allow you to be safe while doing that. And then afterwards, they're meant to be more of a slot 2-3 character, where you just have to hide them from the super, and they should be fine against all normals. Is how the idea of the design seems to me. Now honestly, I thought it'd be a bit easier. I mean, we didn't have the damage reduction. I thought it would be a bit easier to play around with. But I mean, we haven't even really been that close, honestly, to getting this Scouter. Yeah, we'll I keep dying immediately, so we'll actually make this the last one then. Either way, no matter what happens. I feel like what they could have done, like maybe make this character themselves not so strong defensively. However, what you could do is make them have, like, once they get their Scouter up, make it up even on turns that they're not on. Or at least, like, Scouter for, like, 2 turns. So, if you put them in slot 3, then you'd still have a turn without the Scouter. Well, how would that work, though? Because I guess it'd have to be, like, a basic effect sort of thing. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but I feel like just giving them, like, an extended Scouter, more support. Like, there's a lot of different ways I feel like they could address, you know, this character, I feel like, needing, like, one more extra thing. It's just a little unfortunate. You know, this is the first Carnival LR EZA. I still think they're decent, but... And to be fair, they've been doing pretty well here. I still think we could have maybe had a bit more. Okay, so 36.3. Now that we're linked with like a, you know, an LR Saiyan, like, because that was just one hit of buildup. And then we succeed the high chance here. And we had no stacks either, so I'm really curious if we can actually maintain a sort of rotation this run at least of the tag blues with the Carnival LR EZA here, and maybe, so we actually got all three hidden potentials. That's actually pretty fire. So maybe this time around we can actually see them like really cook. That would be really nice. And I mean, we've done a decent bit of damage to the Zamasu already. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they are pretty good. It's just I still think they could have been better. That's all I'm really trying to get at. I mean, we'll see how they do in the other fights though. Once again, like I don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna jump into Tamagami 1 after this, and I don't think that's gonna go too well. Cause like you can't. His super. Like I can't. You know. I mean, we'll be able to get our build up, but we won't be able to do any damage. We won't be able to get any stats. So I don't think that's gonna go too well. Like I saw a lot of people thought that, and we'll see. Maybe I could be wrong about this, but I saw a lot of people really were thinking this character would be a really nice option for the Bio Broly fight. Before taking it on, personally, I disagree. I think the Sun is going to be really, like, it's going to be really, really detrimental. Like, it's going to completely hurt this character's chances, I do feel personally. That's okay. Mini 4Q counter is actually kind of bad for us right now. My goat, please. I do not need you doing that right now. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't get Tech Piccolo support next turn. I mean, I suppose we'll have Gohan's at least. But still, that is definitely unfortunate, not being able to get it. We should, though. Aw, dude, don't. Come on, really? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, we're still alive. Oh, well. Maybe I spoke too soon. Hold on, we actually received a hit here, so we should be much tankier, too. Much tankier, but we still die. Yeah, dude. Locked into slot 1, and then, oh my god. I mean, to be fair, not a lot of people, I don't know. That's so bullshit. Okay, well, I feel like we've seen a decent bit from this fight. If you don't have the 20 key damage reduction up, you can take some damage. They can do some pretty decent damage. Besides, when you don't have the 20 key up, they do seem, at least in this fight, to be a relatively tanky option. However, while I wasn't really able to see it, you know, when I was doing the sort of Def Calcs video, like, just, 60%, 70% damage reduction. Like, it's not enough. Right? So I like to throw out, the good old, and I know it could do like a bit more, but the good old 20 mil super from Rose, right? So 50% damage reduction would make that 10 mil. 60% damage reduction, or rather, it'd cut it by 10 mil. 60% damage reduction would cut it by 12 mil. 70% damage reduction would cut it by 14 mil. Right? So let's say we're in slot 1, we have the 70% damage reduction. I mean, that's still 6 mil headed our way. And we don't get nearly that high defensively. So I feel like, once again, I feel like this character, I don't know what exactly, but there are a lot of various ideas I have for, like, one more sort of tool they could have had, but they are still pretty decent. So we'll see. We're going to jump into more fights, of course. I mean, so far, doing pretty decent, but could be better, I think, is how I feel. But once again, we'll jump into the Tamagami 1 next. We'll see how they do there. I don't know about, like, fights where we're getting stunned, sealed, all those sort of things. It's going to be pretty rough, I feel, but we do actually have to test it just to see what happens. So either way, I'm going to end things here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.